My name is Mr. Chijioke Anumoka, the General Manager of Tommy Tommy Foods Industry Limited. The business landscape in Nnewi is challenging. That's the truth of the matter. In as much as we are trying to see what we can do to compete with others elsewhere. One, Nnewi to some extent is not yet urbanized, to that level. People like said is a full-fledged urban area. That is one. Secondly, there are so many things we are still lacking here. As I'm talking to you, Nnewi is not yet under gas pipeline. It's a project so many companies has come to talk about. So many producers have used this as politics that they will bring gas pipeline to Nnewi. No. You are still running your diesel, running your generator. Nnewi, when it comes to power, is not yet there, though there are some little improvement. There is what we call the industrial line. It's actually an industrial line, but you can see that most domestic houses have tapped into that. So if you were supposed to be industrial line, it's supposed to be purely for industries. And it's supposed to service the industries at least 20 hours every day. As I'm talking to you, while we are doing this interview, we're running on diesel. So these are the issues. And of course, if you are comparing yourself as a manufacturer in Nnewi, with manufacturers elsewhere like Lagos, there is this perception that what we are doing is local. I know when we started, we faced that challenge. Is it not local? It's local people, because we are not in Lagos. Everybody must not be in Lagos. If not for the love of the chairman of this place, the CEO, the love he has and he still have for Nnewi, we could have gone elsewhere. That's the truth of the matter. Because it's widely believed that every factory, if you want to do well, you should come up. Either you are in Lagos or you are in Ota. For those who are even in Onitsha, you still know the sentence. Yeah, the truth of the matter is that we believe so much that wherever you are, try and make good use of what you have. Try and carve out a niche for yourself. What are we into? We're into food, instant noodle, Tommy instant noodle. When we came on board, we came out with an innovation. Before now, noodles doesn't have vegetable. We were the first that started noodle with vegetable and make noodle to look like a food. Before now, people were seeing it. It's not a choice. Then people will cook it for their children, But this time around, adults go for it. So that quality product we had and we're having was one of the things that kept us going and is still keeping us. Okay. To the fact that no matter where you are, whether you are in a village or whether you are in somewhere else, you're in Lagos, when you are coming out with what people want, they will go for it. It's food. That's the total matter. It's a normal food. You derive the same satisfaction you are supposed to derive from maybe rice, from noodle. You can cook it as food, as rice, garnish it to whatever you want, and you move on. That initial perception people were having that is for children is wrong. It's a full-fledged food, and it's highly nutritious.
Alright. So let's move it a little bit out of Tommy, for instance. Okay. For industrialists or people that are into local manufacturing in the southeast, what do you think is the major business challenge that they face?
Part of that is what I've mentioned. We don't have power. We don't have good roads. Yeah. We are facing, raw material sourcing challenges. If you are buying raw material, you're not going to raw material. Either you are buying from Lagos or you are buying from Port Harcourt, because none of the raw material producers are around here. Now, we now talk about haulage cost. For example, one of the major things I'm using to produce is flour. If a manufacturer in Ota or in Lagos is buying a bag of flour, let's say 10,000, they will deliver from their plant in Ikorodu to his or her factory in Ikeja Of course, you should be aware that there is no way the haulage cost will be above 100,000, for example. But if I'm buying the same flour, cost of transportation from Lagos to East is not less than 700,000 naira. So you find out that there is no way you compete with that person because you already bought that raw material at the higher price. So that will indirectly mean that your cost of production will be higher than the person in Lagos. That is one. Then secondly, I talked about perception. People see something maybe here as local. The way they are seeing it as local determines the way they will also patronize it. I know that challenge a very big one for some of us who are in the market. A typical businessman prefer when a white man comes into the market to do marketing than when a black man is coming. Though is it not these people I know. Wrong perception. Then government is not supporting us. That's the truth. I'm sorry I'm saying it. Most of them have been coming here, they will do this, they will do that, blah 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 blah. What tangible thing has any manufacturer gotten as government assistant? I don't know of anyone. So being a manufacturer in Southeast is full of headache. It's full of headache. It takes somebody who has what I may call that will to endure certain things to move on. If not, we just shut down and go to Lagos and do something else. But every company must not be in Lagos. That's the truth. So it's challenging, honestly. Before now, especially in the Southeast, because our business model is the one that gives Southeast market 80% of our attention. That is where our strength lies. That is where, to some extent, it's cheaper for us to do the business. For example, if I'm loading a truck of my noodle going to Lagos, I will spend more money going to Lagos than loading the same truck of flour going to Onitsha or going to Owerri or going to Aba. So I prefer to get more customers around here because it's cheaper for me. That is that. So 80% of what we do is centered around southeastern market of Imo, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi. Then there was a time we were competing, controlling close to 50% of the market share. Before the economic crisis and things that have to do with economic downturn started coming in. So as it is today, I can say, well, between 30 to 40% of the market of Southeast. I'm not talking about pan Nigeria. I'm talking about Southeast market where we have the strength. Between 30 to 40%. On distribution, we have close to 100 sales outlets pan Nigeria, but 80% in Southeast that we use to distribute our products. Before we started this interview, I said, let me take a call. One of our distributors from Owerri calling for product. We have so many of them. We have in Onitsha, we have in Nne, we have in Aba, Abakaliki, Owerri, in all the major markets, we have presence there.
Alright. So for people that are skeptical about adding noodles to their diet, what do you have to say to them?
No, that is a wrong impression. Like I said, it's a very full-fledged food. It doesn't have any health implications. It's a full-fledged food. You can try it. Take it as your dinner, take it as your lunch. It doesn't have any health issues. It's a full-fledged food. You can do it, cook it as rice and use stew. You can cook it and put your vegetable. You can cook it and put your plantain. You can cook it and add it with beans. You can do so, add it with fish. That's the truth. You can try it. You see that it's like rice under full capacity. What I mean full capacity? We have two plants. If all the plants are running under all the shifts, morning and night, the two plants gives us not less than 50,000 cartons every day under full capacity. But as it is now, we're not running up to that because of some challenges. Yeah.
Alright, so for instance, a young entrepreneur is trying to venture into this kind of business.
Okay.
What would be your advice to such a person?
The first advice I'll give that person is to have a strong mind. A strong will, if not, you'll be discouraged. I have to be sincere to you, because it's not an easy road. It's also not a bed of roses. You'll be faced with so many challenges. If you don't have that strong heart, you can't do it. So first and foremost, be somebody who has that capacity to take risk. Takes risk. Have that strong will, and don't be in a hurry, because you can move into it. The first year, second year, third year is not yet giving you what you expected, and you back out. I beg, I want to go. No. With time, it will click. You might be lucky, you start it today, start moving today. It's not all that. No. And also be ready to face challenges. But definitely those challenges will come. If it's not coming from the manufacturer itself, it's coming from your staff. If it's not coming from your staff, it's coming from raw material availability. If it's not raw material availability, it's cost of producing it. If it's not cost of producing it, government agencies, regulatory agencies, scandals can also come up. There are so many things that will discourage you. But if you have that strong will and have that focus, you move on. Be able to do what? Endure the pains. Definitely there will be pains. Your money will get lost. Some of your staff that doesn't have integrity might dupe you. They might commit 1 or 2 fraud. There could be driver issue. There could be vehicle issues, and things like that. It's not something somebody that doesn't have, let me use the word, doesn't have liver will venture into. No. They can call you in the midnight. They can call you at any time. So it's a good thing if you are lucky and have all it takes to move it on. You won't regret it. Just that you should be focused. Yeah, one, good packaging. Package yourself well. Not only packaging as per product, packaging as per your business. You understand? Have all the necessary documentation, because before you attract investors, you have to be sure of where they are putting in their money. If you are the type that doesn't keep your records, it doesn't keep accounting records, you do most of the things you do anyhow. No. Have all the necessary certifications. For example, in our own, we are having all the approval from NAFDAC, from SON, from other regulatory agencies. So that when they are coming, these are the things they will be looking out for. Ensure that your books are in order. Keep promoting yourself and your product. And I think a reasonable investor doesn't will not shy away from where something better is. So get yourself and make yourself better. And also, if you're a manager, if you're an entrepreneur, try as much as possible to equip yourself. Because any opportunity can come at any time and you are not ready for that. Equip yourself, read books, have that entrepreneurial spirit, have the ability to interpret data.
In terms of consumption of noodles, as the GM of Tummy Tummy, would you say that within the last 3 years, has it increased or reduced?
Yeah, it has increased to some extent. Like I told you, that awareness is not there. That this is not only for children. Initially, it was for like children, if they are going to school, just do it. No, it's a full-fledged meal. Yeah. People now go to hotels now, they add it as their menu. Yeah. It's a full-fledged meal. It's the same thing as pasta. It's the same thing as the spaghetti you are eating. The only difference is that this one is manufactured in a different production line, and it has seasoning. The spaghetti, you cook it and look for something. Either you are bringing stew or you are doing it jollof. It's the same thing there.